Good morning, everybody, and thank you very much for joining me and or watching me after the event. Thank you, whichever way. So I want to start today by saying a really big thank you to all of you who responded to my post last week asking for help in finding a local choir. And it inspired me, along with a couple of other things, to talk about what I'm going to talk about today. The other prompt was yesterday when I was out walking with my husband. I should say I didn't finish that thread, so I'm a bit scattered today. I'm actually going to a choir tonight. I found a choir thanks to everybody's help, and I'm going along to try it out tonight, and I'm really excited. I'm also a little bit nervous because I haven't actually sung, in a choir or in a group for years, decades even. But it's something, the reason I wanted to do it was because I know that there's a lot of stuff around my voice, and I want to use my voice more in a singing, joyful capacity rather than talking. And not instead of talking, but as well as talking. And I remembered how much I absolutely loved singing in a choir while I was in primary school. I was very lucky at primary school that we had a brilliant headmaster who was so passionate about loads of things, but music in particular. And he led us in our choir, and he didn't care whether you could sing, couldn't sing, whether you were loud, whether you were squeaky, any of those things. He just wanted everyone to have a really good time. So I very much associate singing in a choir with that joyful, exuberant expression of joy. So I'm really pleased to have taken that action step. And to be honest, it's been on my list for a long time, and I just haven't done it. Just told myself that I couldn't find anyone. I made feeble little efforts and then gave up. So that is the main inspiration for me talking today about taking inspired action. And what I was going to add was, when I was talking to my husband yesterday, we were talking about a couple of different people actually who we know who just know so much stuff consciously, just have done so much learning, if you like, on various personal development modalities, and they've read loads of self-help books and all of those things. And when you mention various approaches, they may say, oh, yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know that. And yet they haven't actually taken any actions that really embody that knowledge. And that's where, for me, a lot of the time the disconnect comes, that we can know things consciously, we can take them on board, we can talk an absolutely brilliant talk, but we don't actually walk the walk. We don't actually allow that to inform our choices in life. And without that, there's no evidence for our subconscious selves to draw upon to say, yeah, that might work. Yeah, that does work. Oh, that felt good. It's something that we do in QTT, which is a very important part of the process, is that once energy has started moving and it's shifting and perspectives have changed, it's very important that we then take some kind of inspired action to really cement that change, to really allow the subconscious mind to go, oh, that feels nice, that feels much better. Yeah, great, we'll do that. So, and it's part of us taking responsibility as well. So I wanted to remind everybody about that piece when we're seeking transformational changes of any description in our lives. It's very interesting to me that as a homeopath, quite often I get people coming for follow-ups, and they will say to me, I don't know that much has changed, Rebecca. And then in the course of the conversation, they might tell me, oh, I didn't tell you, did I? I joined that class. I made that phone call. I painted that painting. I actually said no to my friend, or I said yes to an invitation. I booked a holiday. I don't know, read that book, whatever it is, something. And they're invariably things that have been on the back burner for a long time, but they haven't done them. And after the prescription, the remedy or remedies, all of a sudden, they feel able to do those things. And they can often go unnoticed because it's not a huge momentous thing, but it's just a compounding of some energy that has shifted, which enables us to do the thing that we've been putting off almost without thinking about it. And we tell ourselves, oh yeah, but that's nothing to do with the remedy. Oh, but that's nothing to do with the coaching session I had. I just did that. And, on one level, it's true. Yes, you did. Absolutely. But what had to change to allow you to do the thing that you had been putting off for so long? It's interesting to me. And then once that action has been taken, everything opens up. All sorts of things change. I feel sure that when I go to this choir tonight, I'm going to meet people I haven't met before. I'm going to discover things about my voice that I didn't know. Even if I can't sing, I don't know, but I'm going to know that more definitively by doing what I'm doing. So I think that's pretty much all I wanted to say, and to invite you to follow the steps that I've written down in the post with this video. So maybe today, at some point, write yourself a list of things you've been putting off. And it could be really small things. It could be clearing out a cupboard, or, making a phone call, booking a session with a practitioner, joining a class, whatever it is, or just going for a walk. Write a full list, and then go through that list and ask yourself, what will change? What will I feel when I do that thing, or when I, feel that feeling, or paint that painting, or whatever it is? And then choose one, just one, that you can take some kind of inspired action to get closer towards doing. I mean, hopefully just do the thing, or just, get closer to doing it today. That's my challenge. And if you feel a lot of resistance coming up, just journal on it. Just observe that, and just be conscious of it, and explore it a bit, and ask yourself, why? Why do I keep putting this off? And if you feel there's anything in that I can support you with, then do give me a call. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you so much. And I'm wishing you an inspired day of action.